you're asking about ways to increase seller motivation. I'd say at least three very, very important ones come to mind. The first one, but not the most important one, would be financial incentives. I mean, of course, salespeople are motivated by rewards, be it commissions, bonuses, other performance-based incentives. I mean, those can be powerful motivators, and they do encourage this culture of healthy competition. And that, I think, is very positive. It is not the most important one, but financial incentives can definitely is an important one. Not the most, but an important one. The other one that I would say is a very powerful motivator for salespeople is, of course, training and development. And this is something, very underrated in companies, I feel. But the bottom line is, salespeople that feel supported, skilled and empowered in their skills and their knowledge, they are often much more motivated and engaged. I mean, training and development is, of course, a way to keep them skilled, to keep them competent, to keep them up to date in a technological point of view, of course. I mean, in my business, we're a software company. We need to know how to talk about AI. We need to know how AI and maintenance management software are related, and what are the benefits, what are the dangers, what are the disadvantages. How can we maximize AI's potential to improve maintenance? This is what we need to do. This is what our salespeople need to do, and they need to be trained for this. They need to know how to talk about these topics with their buyers. Buyers are not more knowledgeable than we are in maintenance management software. I can assure you that. So we need to position ourselves as knowledgeable and competent, and we know what we're talking about. So in a sense, for the salespeople to have this confidence of speaking to a potential buyer of a maintenance management software, for a salesperson to be confident, to be knowledgeable and competent in a certain topic that they are discussing with the buyer, that brings confidence, that brings motivation, that brings answers, for one, in a tense environment that you need to have your answers right there ready. You need to know what you're talking about. And if you do, and that's where training and development comes in, if you do, you the salesperson, if you do know how to talk about these things, well then, once again, that makes you confident. If the client is going to ask you questions and you know the answers to those questions, again, confidence. And if you are feeling confident and if you are speaking with confidence, then the client is getting that confidence from you. Confidence is persuasive. Evidently, if you say things with confidence, and if you say things that you are sure of, that you are knowledgeable in, that you were recently updated in, well then the client will see that in you and your company. They will see you as a knowledgeable person. They will see your company as a company that provides proper training and development, and most importantly, that prioritizes training and development. And believe me, this is a sales argument in its own. It's a sales advantage for the clients to know that the company sees training and development as something priority. Anyway, I got a little off track here talking about training and development, but the bottom line is training and development is, in my opinion, probably the most important motivator for salespeople. That's what I think. The other motivator would be setting clear goals and expectations, performance expectations, that is. These are really helpful for salespeople to stay focused and motivated. When they understand what is expected of them, they are, of course, focused on the end game. They are focused on what they need to do. The company wants this. I am focused on delivering this. So this has a double motivational effect on salespeople. Number one, I know exactly where I'm going, and I know what I need to do to get there. So that's motivator number one. Within this third motivator for salespeople, this is sub-motivator number one. Sub-motivator number two is, if I know where I need to go and what I need to do in each month to get there, well then I have a competition with myself. And that is just human nature. We like competition. I mean, imagine yourself, if you do sports of any sort with friends and all, imagine yourself playing a football game where you don't keep score. Well, that's just boring, isn't it? Yes, you're there, you're not running very fast, you're laughing. Well, that's the type of game. Not really my type, but that's the type of game. Now, if you keep a score, there are studies everywhere, and there's a specific study on this specific topic that monitored I think it was a football game, I think half an hour without, I think it was half an hour, something like that. So part of the game without keeping score, and the other part of the game keeping score, and they analyzed the intensity of the match and the feeling of the engagement of the players during those two parts. And guess what? It's pretty straightforward. If you're keeping score, then it becomes a little competition, doesn't it? If you have other sales colleagues, it becomes a competition with them. A healthy competition, that is. You're not trying to get them to sell less so that you can win. No, you're selling more, as much as you can, because you want to beat them. And then you're laughing about it, and it's a big issue here. And we implemented this not so long ago in our company. A very healthy competition with different performance KPIs, not exclusive to the sales team, actually.